2!
Count 'em.
2 of the most iconic Toyota sports cars are coming back, folks. We've got the inside scoop from a source in Japan that, for 2026, a new Celica and MR2 are in the works over at Toyota. And the best part? Toyota's not making them EVs. This is everything we know so far about these 2 iconic revivals. First on the docket, the Celica. See, rumors surrounding a new Celica aren't a new thing. Last year, when Akio Toyoda was still the CEO of Toyota Motors, he expressed that he would definitely be in favor of reviving the Celica nameplate. I mean, after all, he is a serious car enthusiast if you didn't already know. And shortly after the world heard Akio's wishes, there was almost immediately another rumor of a new Toyota sports car that would share the same platform as the then new all-electric Lexus LF-ZC concept. So, the main takeaway? Rumor had it that if the Celica was coming back, it looked like it was gonna be revived as an EV. Was it completely unheard of to revive old models with EV architecture? Heck no. But would it be popular? You know, has that been working out in the enthusiast car space? Well, I'd argue definitely not. The new Hummer, for instance, isn't exactly flying off the shelves, and first impressions of, the new electric Charger have been, well, mixed for a lot of people. A big number of enthusiasts just want something purely classic with simplicity at its core and a fire-breathing engine under its hood. But remember, people, that was the old rumor. Now, we've got something much more exciting. And apparently, more than just a rumor. According to some excellent reporting coming out of Japan from places like Best Car Magazine, a new Celica isn't just coming back, but will be returning with an internal combustion engine. And it seems more possible than ever right now, seeing as Toyota has a few brand new engines in the works. More on that in a sec. Other than something like the upcoming 2026 Prelude, there aren't many new sports cars being launched with gas engines. In fact, the Prelude isn't even all gas. It's likely going to be a hybrid. Watch our video on that if you want to know more. But the Celica? Well, it might just be a diamond in the rough for us car people in this decade, just like it was back in the day. And for those who don't remember the Celica story, here's what you need to know. The Toyota Celica first arrived all the way back in 1970 as a small economy coupe. It was developed over decades with sporty connotations in mind, so much in fact that it not only birthed the Supra from its model lineup, but went on to compete in the World Rally Championship with iconic versions like the Celica GT4 ST205. It was a well-made, relatively inexpensive, and fun-to-drive car that young people could afford and enjoy, and it was one of the staples of the compact sport coupe era of the 1990s. But once angsty teenagers were priced out due to economic downturns, the Celica had virtually lost its demographic and was discontinued in 2006. It's been almost 2 decades since then, and now Toyota is likely gearing up to bring it back to its former glory. And by that, I mean we could see some serious performance out of this thing. See, due to Toyota's recent engine development projects with Subaru and Mazda, they now have a pair of 4-cylinders that are more than qualified to end up in the new Celica. There's a 1.5 liter, but the one we think might get squeezed between the fenders on the new Celica is their new 2-liter variant. Unofficial reports have discussed nearly 400 horsepower from that engine with turbocharging, which, yeah, that might sound like it's reaching a bit, but Toyota's 3-pot in the GR Corolla churns out 300 horsepower, and the brand new 2-liter in the Mercedes C63 makes 463 horses. 4-cylinder engines have gotten really powerful. To keep all that power in check, reports say we would see the GR4 all-wheel drive system equipped to the new Celica, which is the same tech that helps make the GR Yaris and GR Corolla such dynamic driver's cars. Now, unlike the newest Supra, which ditched the back seats of the Mark IV for a 2-seater layout, we expect the Celica to stick with a 2+2 configuration. Sure, those back seats might be more for show, or allegedly insurance purposes, but it's nice to have the option. Plus, the car's getting a bit bigger, which should make it slightly more practical than a dedicated track toy. Design-wise, we're expecting to see a low-slung profile that pays homage to the Celica's rally roots. Inside, think sporty yet refined, because Toyota is apparently aiming for a more luxurious feel compared to the GR86. But what you all want to know is, when the hell will we be getting this thing? The word on the Japanese streets is that Toyota may unveil a prototype of the new Celica as early as January 2025 at the annual auto salon in Tokyo. But that's not all, because you've seen the rumors and Toyota seemingly isn't stopping there. Reports speak to another Toyota sports car that's in the works, and it is, of course, the mid-engined MR2. It seems almost too good to be true that both the Celica and the MR2 are coming back, but the reports at Best Car Magazine are confirming this stuff with their best sources, and I'll never turn down an opportunity to talk about these cars. So, what can we expect with the MR2? Well, reports have been varied on what engine will come with the car. There's rumors that the 320 horsepower inline-6 turbo 3-cylinder out of the GR Yaris could be a great fit for the MR2. But according to the main sources from Best Car, it's the new 2-liter we talked about earlier with the Celica that could very well be Toyota's pick. Both engines would be great options for the MR2, as the 2-liter was designed to have a low deck height so it could fit in smaller applications, and the 1.6-liter, well, it's a 3-cylinder, so it's already tiny. That matters because not only is the MR2 mid-engined and would have tighter packaging constraints for its power plants, but reports say there's also going to be all-wheel drive, which requires extra space underneath the car. Yeah, that's right, folks. The old rear-wheel drive configuration of the MR2 is likely staying dead, and the GR all-wheel drive system is going in. That said though, if Toyota doesn't offer a rear drive only variant, it will at least have the ability to bias torque to the rear wheels if you so choose. According to Best Car Mag, the MR2 could also port 2 different transmission options, an 8-speed DAT auto, or, and this is the real exciting one, a 6-speed manual. Overall though, this new MR2 is definitely going to stick close to its lightweight roots, with a design that hopefully harks back to the first 2 original generations. The MR2 was always a mid-engine car dating back to its debut in 1984. It was a fresh, wedgy sports car that had very sharp handling characteristics and just enough power to satisfy the average enthusiast, especially the versions with a supercharger. It got even spicier with the second generation AW2 MR2 that introduced arguably some of the best styling of the 1990s, and also a turbocharged variant that was an absolute riot on the streets. These 2 generations earned the car the reputation of being the poor man's Ferrari, and that's not a slight at Toyota. The 3rd generation came along, and it lost some of its charm in the design department, but stayed true as a pure mid-engine sports car. In fact, it was one of the last affordable examples of its kind until it was killed off in 2007. And now, we're seeing the modern interpretation come to life, and actually, the pictures you've been seeing on screen are from Best Car Mag and their best guesses as to what these cars will look like. Seeing as they've gotten several Toyota rumors dead on in the past, and may or may not have access to some inside information, these renders could be genuinely really close to what Toyota has cooking behind closed doors. And to be honest, I think they look fantastic, especially that MR2. As for the driving experience, it's safe to say that you should expect the same connected and sharp handling, linear power delivery, and hopefully all the attitude that made the old ones so dang delicious. But there's one last area where the new one will differ from the cars that came before, and that's the sticker price. BCM sources are saying that Toyota could be putting the MR2 in the $70,000 range. Not only is that a little high for what we've always considered to be an entry-level sports car, but the timing is kind of funny too. See, a small, semi-entry-level mid-engine sports car with 400 horsepower that costs around 70 grand, that pretty much exactly describes the Porsche Cayman. And now that the Cayman is ditching the gas engine, the MR2 seems to be gunning for that Porsche market share. It could also point to the possibility that Toyota could be doing some all-wheel drive trickery using a hybrid system, maybe even one powered by lightweight solid-state batteries. But of course, we won't know if this is all true for sure until we can get our hands on one, hopefully in 2026. That's right, just like the Celica, the MR2 is also expected to arrive for 2026 and could possibly be shown off at that upcoming Tokyo Auto Salon in early 2025. So, Toyota is clearly aiming to hit us right in the feels with these rivals. Whether you're nostalgic for the old days or just looking for your next sports car fix, the new Celica and MR2 are set to deliver the goods we always knew Toyota had. So stay tuned, because there are going to be a lot more details to come and hopefully an official launch sometime here in the near future. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you want to see some other cars we're excited about, go check out this video right over here, or maybe go watch this one right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Trav. See you all with a fresh video next week.